We're at the top of the Rosser Run on the Champagny side, and here's what's been happening across the Plagne this week. So I think you can call that pretty much a perfect day. So, as we're coming into February, I thought we could do a little guide, a few top tips to making the most of your time over what is actually the busiest period here. Easily the busiest period, it's the same in any of the resorts. When you get into February, whole of Europe's on holiday. So, the Plagne is actually a 65% French resort, so the French holidays have a big bearing on how busy here gets. The way that France works is split into departments, and at any given time throughout February, one of those departments will be on holiday. The holidays start from the 9th and run through until about the first week in March. So, in a resort of 65% French, the French are fanatical about food. They stop for lunch always. So between the hours of about 12 and 2, the hill gets a lot quieter. So if you can take your lunch when other people aren't, you'll get much better riding, much more riding in. So yeah, between 12 and 2, pretty much the hill gets very, very quiet, very deserted. On the subject of lunch, another top tip, and this actually applies at any time of year. But in Plagne we have a supermarket which is right on the piste, and a couple of shops that you can ride straight down to where the Rostomio gondola is. You can get saucisse frites in one of those shops for €4.50, another one for €5, and that's compared to probably about, I don't know, 10 to 15 euros up on the hill. So if you don't want to stop for a long time, if you don't want to get caught up in restaurants, if you don't want to pay higher prices, dropping past the supermarket, get a baguette, a slice of cheese, some ham. It might sound obvious, this one, but ride to places other people don't. Now by that I mean, if you look at the extremities of the piste map, so the furthest left and the furthest right, so you're looking at Montserrat on the left side and Montalbert on the right side of the piste map. This resort has got a lot of beginner, early, intermediate riders, so consequently they tend to sort of gather around where they stay. And by that, you know, like Plagne Centre is always going to be busy, Plagne Village, Plagne Soleil is always going to be busy as well. But if you go to the further ends of the ski resort, then you will tend to find that the lifts are a little bit quieter because people don't go there. Slight exception with Montserrat in that it is used as the sort of transit path to get to and from Les Arcs. So first thing in the morning it's going to be quite busy over there, and also when people are coming back it gets quite busy. But in the main, heading out from the main area is always a good idea. There's also a couple of places you should probably try and avoid. The hub at Belcote, where all the lifts meet, so you've got Les Blanchettes, Colosse, Arpet, Rostomio Gondola, they all converge in one place and it always gets busy there, especially first thing in the morning. So try and avoid that, and probably the biggest one to avoid is the Bergerie lift in Plagne Village, Plagne Soleil. It's the busiest lift in the whole area, and from about 10 o'clock onwards it's hell. So ski schools, this is another big one. The ski schools tend to start about 10 o'clock in the morning, so you want to be up and out early. That's the best tip. Get up and out early before they've even met. There are two main meeting points you find they'll be in Belcourt and also Plagne, although there's other meeting points as well, obviously. But the lifts in Belcourt and in Centre and also Plagne, etc. after about 10 o'clock, the lifts and the runs are full of ski schools. So if you can get out early, means a few less genepi the night before, but if you can get up and out early, you'll avoid most of that. And best plan is to try and actually get out of the areas where the ski schools go as well. Again, all Centre Bowl and sort of Belcourt Bowl area as well. You'll get a lot of ski schools there. Going further afield, you tend to find less of them. Get a guide. We've got amazing fresh snow at the moment everywhere. Getting a guide will obviously take you off piste and take you away from all of the crowds. They'll be able to show you pockets and little areas that you simply wouldn't be able to find on your own, and of course you'll do it safely. The other option is to go in past Spitting Feathers and see Tim. He's a local here of 26 years and he'll be able to tell you some places to go, little wee hidden gems across the area. What he doesn't know about this ski area really honestly isn't worth knowing. So two options, guide or a couple of words with Tim in Spitting Feathers. Take a palmer. They're kind of a dying breed in the Plagne, but there are still a couple of palmers, and two of them actually are really well situated for getting you up and out and avoiding some of the bigger queues. The Dudupraz lift in Plagne will take you up and out of Salai and Village and over to Belcourt, where you can link into the rest of the network. Just a short palmer, very easy, and much quicker than taking the Bergerie lift. There's the Col de Forclaz. Amazing French there again. Col de Forclaz out to Belcourt. Takes you up and over into the Champigny side, where you link into Champigny via the Geisha run, one of the quietest runs here. So hopefully a couple of tips there that'll help you get the best out of your holiday. We've got exceptional snow cover with the whole area open at the moment, which of course has the effect that it just spreads out the crowds anyway, and more places for people to go. So you should still get a great trip out here. So that was the last few days. Weather is supposed to stay pretty settled this week, so you will be getting great conditions. The snow is genuinely, it's off the scale, it's fantastic. It's the best we've had all winter. So it should be a great week across resort, and we will see you soon.